Yep, it's true. Your chronic symptoms start in your brain. You may have test results that show there's a problem, a slip disc, you know, something wrong with your intestines, whatever, but it all begins with repressed emotions, stress, and negative thoughts. So if that makes you mad, I'm sorry, it made me mad too. I remember going to a gastroenterologist and asking him to test me for celiac disease because I was having weight gain and I was having all kind of intestinal digestive issues. And he said, no, you don't have celiac, but you might want to work on your stress. And he showed me a video. It was like one of those calming, relaxing videos with a bicycle in the background and a forest. And I was so mad because I thought, no, what is wrong with you? I have a serious problem here. And I have a true, real digestive issues. And, I need help. He wasn't really providing me the help that I wanted, so I had to do it myself. So this particular time that I'm talking about, that I had the weight gain, the digestive problems, and this doctor recommended that, I reduce stress. And I was so mad, but now I think it's kind of funny that I didn't think that stress was my issue, because at the time I was a full-time teacher. I had gotten divorced, remarried, had a new baby, dealing with, things with child support, the ex, whatever. My mother had passed away, and of course I had stress. I had like major stress. So I did find a way to heal my body over time, and I started with nutrition. So first I cut out gluten, and that helped immediately. Like within a week I was feeling so much better, but I still had issues. And my mother had an autoimmune disease, so I really wanted to look into the nutrition aspect. I picked a school, the Institute of Transformational Nutrition, and they have 3 pillars. So it's nutrition, and then psychology of nutrition, and then spirituality. And what I learned over this time was that, yes, I could eat better, I needed better nutrition, but when it came down to it, after all the things that I put into place, my thoughts and my emotions were the major issue. So when you're stressed and when you have, repressed emotions, trauma from the past, all these stressful things going on in your life, you have a higher level of cortisol in your body. That's the stress hormone, and it causes inflammation, which affects every different part of your body. And so it's so important to, make sure you're feeling all those emotions. You're allowing for every type of emotion, not just happy and joyful. There's that toxic positivity where everybody believes you need to be happy all the time. And yes, we want to be happy all the time, but we have to allow the other emotions. You allow them, feel through them, and then move back into your place of happiness. What I was doing was stuffing them down, pretending they didn't exist, dissociating from them so that I didn't have to feel them, because I felt like if I felt those emotions, I would just completely fall apart. So I put some things into place. I'm going to tell you not all the things because there were so many, but 7 of the things that I put into place. Number 1, I made sleep a priority, and I did that by making sure I was going to bed at the same time every night and making sure I got at least 7 hours of sleep, You need, as an adult, about 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I feel really good on about 8 hours of sleep, but 7 is pretty good. I have, much better energy. And I was realizing that I was never really getting 7 hours of sleep. 6.5. So that had to be a number one priority. And then number 2, I created a morning routine where I prioritized self-care every day. And that was the first thing that I worked on in my day. I took care of me before I went out into the world and took care of everybody else, the students I was teaching, my children, my husband, and so on. Number 3, I changed my thoughts from negative to positive, and that took a lot of work because, boy, you sure can think a lot of negative thoughts in a short amount of time, like you're so stupid, you're not enough, you're fat, the list goes on. Just think about all the things you say to yourself, try to catch yourself. And so I worked on saying things instead like, I'm eating healthier, I am taking care of my body. I switched those thoughts. Every time I thought something negative, I would immediately catch myself and switch it to something more positive. Number 4, I learned to trust in my higher power. When I thought about it, things really worked out for me in the end. And I just had to trust that there is this greater being, God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, looking over me and watching out for me, and that things were going to work out. Number 5, I practiced meditation, and I started with the traditional way of just sitting and trying to change my thoughts, or release all of my thoughts, not think about anything, clear my mind. But that didn't really work out for me. I needed guided meditation, and then I realized there were other ways that you can meditate by walking in nature, doing a repetitive hobby, washing dishes, mowing the lawn. So there are ways that you can meditate. You're doing something repetitive that's keeping your conscious brain busy so that that subconscious mind can come through. And so now I just do guided meditations mostly. And then number 6, I practiced gratitude, started thinking about all the things that are wonderful in your life. You can think of at least 3 things every day. Right now in Texas, it's over 100 degrees, so I'm thankful for my air conditioner. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for water. So, put in that somewhere in your day. It could be before bed, in the morning. Number 7, I practice free writing. So free writing is a practice where you journal and you just do it really quickly. You can set a timer anywhere from 12 to 20 minutes, and you just write, and you write everything that you're thinking. And sometimes some pretty awful thoughts come up. So you can destroy your writing afterwards by shredding it, burning it. You could do it on your computer and then erase it, delete it. That way you can let your mind be free to think any thought, and you don't monitor it. Because I noticed when I was journaling before I learned to do this free writing where I would destroy it, I would think about, like, what if my children find my journal? What if my husband finds it? So I was more guarded with my thoughts. And so once I started this practice of free writing and destroying it afterwards, I could work through some really difficult feelings. And, I felt so much better afterwards. So I was able to heal my digestive issues. I had plantar fasciitis. I healed that through mostly, well, really all of these things, I should say. And then I healed hip pain. I lost weight, and I got down to a weight that I felt really comfortable at for many years until the pandemic. And then, you know, plus my age, I started gaining some weight again. So that I'm still working on, but I know what to do. And, you know, these things just really help me a lot. So if you're looking for some support in those areas, I can certainly help you out. Comment below in the messages or in the comments, and I will, you know, send you some resources. There's lots of ways that you can work with me on my website at beautifulimmunity.com. And that's really all I have for you today. So thanks so much for joining, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Thanks.